Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We have started a video series on history of religion, and in today's video we are going to deal with Buddhism, a religion which is followed by about 7% of the world population. So let's get started. Buddhism is a faith that was founded by Siddhartha Gautama, also called Lord Buddha, more than 2500 years ago in India, with about 470 million followers worldwide. A scholar considers Buddhism one of the major world religions. Its practice has historically been most prominent in East and Southeast Asia, but its influence is growing in West. Many Buddhist ideas and philosophies overlap with those of other faiths. Followers of Buddhism don't acknowledge any supreme god or deity. They instead focus on achieving enlightenment, a state of inner peace and wisdom. When followers reach this spiritual echelon, they have been said to have experienced nirvana. The religious founder, Buddha, is considered an extraordinary man, but not a god. The word Buddha means enlightened. The path of enlightenment is attained by utilizing morality, meditation, and wisdom. Buddhists often meditate because they believe it helps awaken truth. There are many philosophies and interpretations within Buddhism, making it a tolerant and evolving religion. Some scholars didn't recognize Buddhism as an organized religion, but rather a way of life or a spiritual tradition. Buddhism encourages its people to avoid self-indulgence but also self-denial. Buddha's most important teaching, known as the Four Noble Truths, are essential to understanding the religion. Buddhists embrace the concept of karma, the law of cause and effect, and reincarnation, the continuous cycle of rebirth. Followers of Buddhism can worship in temples or in their homes. Buddhist monks or bhikshus follow a strict code of conduct which include celibacy. There is no single Buddhist symbol, but a number of images have evolved that represent Buddhist beliefs, including the lotus flower, the eight-spoke dharma wheel, the Bodhi tree, the swastika, an ancient symbol whose name means well-being or good fortune in Sanskrit. Siddhartha Gautama, the founder of Buddhism, who later became known as Buddha, lived during 5th century BC. Gautama was born into a wealthy family as a prince in present-day Nepal. Although he had an easy life, Gautama moved by suffering in the world. He decided to give up his lavish lifestyle and endure poverty. When this didn't fulfill him, he promoted the idea of the middle way, which means existing between two streams. Thus, he sought a life without social indulgence, but also without deprivation. After 6 years of searching, Buddhists believe Gautama found enlightenment while meditating under a Bodhi tree. He spent his rest of the life teaching others about how to achieve a spiritual state. When Gautama passed away around 483 BC, his followers began to organize a religious movement. Buddha's teachings became the foundation for what would develop into Buddhism. In 3rd century BC, Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan Indian emperor, made Buddhism the state religion of India. Buddhist monasteries were built and missionary work was encouraged. Over the next few centuries, Buddhism began to spread beyond India. These thoughts and philosophies of Buddhists become diverse, with some interpreting ideas differently than others. In 6th century, the Hans invaded India and destroyed hundreds of Buddhist monasteries, but the intruders were eventually driven out of the country. Before going further, I request to you all that please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get notification of such more informative videos. Today, many forms of Buddhism existed around the world. The three main types that represent specific geographical areas include Theravada Buddhism, prevalent in Thailand, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Laos, and Burma. Mahayana Buddhism, prevalent in China, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, Singapore, and Vietnam. Tibetan Buddhism, prevalent in Tibet, Nepal, Mongolia, Bhutan, and parts of Russia and northern India. Each of these types reverses certain text and has slightly different interpretation of Buddha's teaching. There are also several subsects of Buddhism, including Zen Buddhism and Nirvana Buddhism. Some forms of Buddhism incorporate ideas of other religions and philosophies, such as Taoism and Bon. Buddha's teachings are known as Dharma. He taught that wisdom, kindness, patience, generosity, and compassion were very important virtues. Specifically, all Buddhists live by 5 moral precepts which prohibits killing of living things, taking what is not given, sexual misconduct, lying, using drugs or alcohol. The 4 noble truths which Buddha taught are the truth of suffering, dukkha, the truth of cause of suffering, samudaya, the truth of end of suffering, nirodha, the truth of path that frees us from suffering, magga. Collectively, all these principles explain only human hurts and how to overcome suffering. Eightfold Path. The Buddha taught his followers that the end of suffering, as described in the 4 noble truths, could be achieved by following an eightfold path. There is no particular order. The eightfold path of Buddhism teaches the following ideals for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and achieving wisdom. That are right understanding, samadhiti, right thoughts, sama sankapa, right speech, sama vaka, right action, sama kamanta, right livelihood, sama ajivya, right effort, sama vyamana, right mindfulness, sama sati, right concentration, sama samadhi. When talking about this, we must have to talk about Buddhist holy books. Buddhists preserve many sacred texts and sculptures. Some of the most important are Tipitaka. These texts, known as the 3 baskets, are thought to be the earliest collection of Buddhist writings. Sutras. There are more than 2000 sutras, which are sacred teaching embraced mainly by Mahayana Buddhas. The Book of the Dead. This Tibetan text describes the stages of death in details. Dalai Lama. We all must heard about Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama is the leading monk of Tibetan Buddhism. Followers of the religions believe that Dalai Lama is reincarnation of past Lama that has agreed to born again to help humanity. There are 14 Dalai Lama throughout the history. The current Dalai Lama is Lhaumo Tongdup, was born in 1935. Buddhist holidays. Every year, Buddhists celebrate Vishak, a festival that ceremoniates Buddha's birth, enlightenment and death. During each quarter of the moon, followers of the Buddhism participate in a ceremony called Uposatha. This observance allows Buddhists to renew their commitment to their teachings. They also celebrate the Buddhist New Year and participate in several other yearly festivals. In this video, I covered the historical aspects of Buddhism. If you like the video, if you get something informative from this video, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and also share this video to your friends.